we can start placing your feet in the mountain pose and just kind of taking a moment, settling in. You could bring your hands to the heart center in that prayer position. I'm just going to go through the body. I'm going to create those energy roots going down through the floor, connecting with the earth. Growing a little bit taller. Extending the spine. Releasing the belly so you can have the lower abdominal breathing. Go ahead and close the eyes for a moment and work with the breath. You can just take the shoulders towards the ears, hold for a sec, and then again, rolling them back down. Okay, we'll do the joint rotations next. Maybe everybody just double check that you're muted, and then Isabel, if anybody's not muted on the side, you can just do that on your side there. We'll do the joint rotations. So that's just working with the head and neck first, doing a gentle head roll. Easing head back to center, and then reversing the direction of the circle. Easing head back to center. Next, you want to get a stretch for the neck. So I'll take the chin down slightly. I'll turn the head. I'll look over the shoulder. Hold and breathe. Returning head to the front. And then the other side. And again, back to the front. Something a little bit extra for the neck is we'll take the hand on the side of the head like that, and you're going to draw the ear towards the shoulder. Feel the stretch on the side of the neck. And back to center. You want to do the other side, so you can always lengthen the neck first, and then ear towards the shoulder. And returning head to the front, upright. Let's take the hands now and touch the shoulders, taking the elbows forward and then rolling them back. Nice full deep breaths in and out. And then you're going to reverse the direction. Go back first, then forward. And then letting the arms come down. And then arms to the front. Palms are down. Out to the side. Reach behind you. And back to the front. And then you're going to reverse. Palms are up. And then comes in, behind, side. Unspiral the arms, back to the front. And repeat. And one more. And then working with the elbows next. So circling the arms. Reversing the direction. Next, the wrist. So it's turning the hands. Making fist with the hands, going the other way. Opening the hands, back and forth, shaking them up. Little up and down motion. And then a rotation with the arms, shaking them out. And relaxing the arms down. Moving to the hips next. So feet just a touch wider. Guiding the hips in a circle. Back to center and reversing. Back to center again, bringing the feet close together, taking the hands right over the knee joints, and supporting the knees as you go in a circle. And pause, reverse the direction. Back to center. Standing tall again. You want to work with the ankles next. So you want to be mindful of your balance here. I'll shift the weight. While the foot can be on the floor or whole foot's off the ground as you move the ankle joint. I'm focusing my eyes on a point in front of me, breathing. And then let's go ahead and reverse the direction. And then sometimes I add in pointing and flexing the foot a couple times. And then I'll place that foot down, shift the weight. Again, taking my time, working the other ankle joint. Reversing the direction. Pointing and flexing the foot if you can. And placing that foot back to the floor. You want to return to a nice mountain pose again. Bring the hands to the heart center. Interlace fingers. This time pressing the palms forward. Feel that stretch in between the shoulder blades. And then let's extend the arms above the head. Undo the hands, just let the arms float back down. And then from here, interlace the fingers behind the back. Straight arms, lifting the arms off the back to get that chest opener. Again, you might want to soften the knees a little bit, kind of tuck the tailbone. Breathing into the stretch. Relax those arms downwards. Again, you can return the arms to the side. And from here, extending one arm upwards, the other one's on the side of the leg. You're going to stretch the side of the body. First, always extending up and stretching. And then let's change sides. So we'll let that top arm come down. We'll let the other one come up. Feeling extending upwards, a little over your head. Stretching the other side. And then again, coming upright. From here, let's go ahead and take the wide leg stance. A bit wider with the feet, toes are straight ahead. And we'll work with the wide leg forward bend. But once we get down there, what we're going to do is a twist. So we'll have one hand on the floor and the other arm's going to go turning up towards the ceiling. So I wanted to make sure you knew that part before we go forward. So nice and tall, engage the abs, going forward at the hip thigh joint. And partway down, you can drop the fingertips to the floor and go ahead and let the top of the head reach down for a sec. Just really feeling the stretch on the back of the body. And then you're going to come up part way here. You're going to leave one hand so the fingertips are touching the floor. The other hand's going to open up towards the ceiling. Hold and breathe. And changing sides. So you let that top arm come down to the floor in front of your face. The other arm's going to open up towards the ceiling. Hold and breathe. And releasing that arm too. Bringing it to the floor in front of you. One more time, kind of dropping the head down, feeling the stretch on the back of the hamstrings there. And then you're going to bring the hands to the hips. Go ahead and come up with a straight back, easing back upwards. Okay, and now we're ready for our first warrior pose. So whichever foot's directed this way, I'm going to go ahead and work that one. I'm just going to turn the foot out, toes are that way. Back foot's going to come in about 45 degrees, feeling a pressing away from the feet, nice powerful legs. Arms are in that T position. And then you let the front leg be bent. Now you notice my upper body didn't creep forward. Still have a nice upper body, straight up and down. You're turning the head. You're looking out over the fingertips. Front hand. Nice. And let's ease out. We'll relax the arms downwards. We'll straighten out the front leg. We'll turn both feet to the front. And we'll bring the hands to the heart center. Here we're going to tuck the tailbone and you're going to sink downwards. So you're almost like you're sitting on a fat horse here. Nice, powerful legs. And then to come out, straightening the legs and letting the hands come through the center, reaching up. And then back down. And then go ahead and do the proud warrior opposite direction. So that means you got to switch the feet. This will be the front foot this time. Back foot comes around about 45 degrees. Nice, powerful legs. Arms in that T position. Front leg is bent. Once you're there, just holding the posture, breathing, relaxing into it. And feel those shoulders relax away from the ears a little bit. And then relaxing those arms downwards. We'll straighten out the front leg. And again, turning the feet back to the front. Toes are forward. And then let's go ahead and do the chest opener here. So to do that, hands reach behind the back. Interlace fingers, straight arms. Nice extended spine. Supporting the abs as I bow forward into the forward bend. About halfway down, I'm going to drop the head down and then lift the arms off the back. Hold and breathe. And then releasing the arms, bringing the hands to the hips, easing up with a straight back. Okay, let's keep on going. We'll do the side stretch next. So that means we'll start here, that whatever foot's closest here, we'll rotate out. Back foot comes in about 45 degrees, nice powerful legs. Arms are going to that T position. You can go ahead and bend the front leg, just like we're doing a proud warrior. But then we're gonna take that front arm, we're gonna rest it on the thigh like that. Back arm comes down, front of the face, over the head. Align from the top fingertips to the back heel. Open that top shoulder, looking up if you can. And easing out, first head and neck. Let that top arm swing down. Returns to the proud warrior position for a moment. Just feeling that. And then arms come down. Straighten the leg. Feet to the front. And now we'll go directly to the other side. So I'm going to do the feet first. They're my foundation. Feel the legs, the hips, all the way up. Arms are in T. Front leg is bent. Feel that for a moment. Get solid. And then the side stretch. You'll take that front arm. You'll rest it on the thigh. Back arm comes down. Front of the face, over the head. Feeling of opening that top shoulder. Looking up if you can. And unwinding here, head and neck, top arm comes down. You're going to return to the proud warrior for just a moment. And then let those arms come downwards. Straighten the leg, feet forward, and our resting pose, the mountain pose. So walking the feet back in, stepping them back in, hands to prayer. And just taking a moment, nice full deep breaths in and out. And then to release the posture, take those hands through the center, reaching up and then back down. Okay, so now setting up for the warrior one pose. For that, I generally make the feet just a little less wide, not quite as wide as the proud warrior. I'll rotate one foot out, toes are forward. Other foot comes in a little bit more than 45 degrees. So you can rotate the hip bones, square over the front leg becomes bent. And I'll just stay there for a moment, or really feel solid there. And then I'll bring the hands to the heart center and breathe. Next, extending the arms above the head. You can let the hands come apart a little bit. Again, just looking straight ahead, spine. Returning the hands to the heart center in prayer. Taking a breath here. Next, taking the hands behind the back. Hold on to the wrist there. Relax the arms. Straighten out that front leg. You're going to engage the abs here, and you're going to bow forward. Feeling that stretch in the hamstrings probably. Tuck the chin down a little bit. Lengthen the back of the neck. Breathe. Easing back up. Nice straight back. Coming upwards. Once you're upright, you can relax those arms. And we'll go ahead and turn the body back to the front for a moment. And then you want to do the other side. So think warrior one first. So front foot goes out, back foot comes in about a little more than 45 degrees. Rotate the hip bones over the front leg. Front leg is bent. Really feel solid here. And then hands come to the heart center. Breathe. Next, extending the arms above the head. Hands come apart a little bit. And returning the hands to the heart center. Taking a breath here. And then taking the hands behind the back, holding on to the wrist. Straighten out that front leg. Engage the abs, and you're going to bow forward over the front leg. Again, just kind of easing into it, not forcing anything. And easing back up, pressing away from the feet, straight back. Relaxing those arms to the side. Returning feet to the front and stepping or walking them back in to a mountain pose. Hands in prayer, nice full deep breaths in and out. And again, to release, you're going to take the hands through the center, reaching up. And as the arms come down, just imagine being surrounded by all this good energy all around you. Okay, very good. So let's go ahead and do a couple of the half sun salutations. So I'm going to turn to the side, but whatever works best for you. I'm going to be in the mountain pose, more towards the top of my mat. Hands are in that prayer position. And the next inhale, I'm going to extend the arms upwards. I'm going to fold forward into a forward bend. Extra breaths wherever you need them. I'm kind of slow here. Coming up halfway, let the hands be on the knees. L shape with the back there, with the body. Again, a forward bend. Bend the knees a lot, pushing up to standing. And returning, hands to the heart center. Nice full deep breaths in and out. And we'll repeat just a touch faster here. Next inhale, standing upwards. Exhale, forward bend. Coming up halfway, hands on the knees. And a forward bend. Bend the knees a lot, pushing up to standing. Returning the hands to the heart center. Nice full deep breaths in and out. Okay, and let's go ahead and just return the hands back down here. And what I wanted to set up for next is those stretches we used to do for the calf muscles. Normally we'd be facing the wall, but we don't need the wall here, right? So again, I'll step, so I'm sideways. I'll have, let's say maybe I'll put my right foot as the front foot, and I'll back the other one up a little bit. But what I'm doing is I'm keeping the foot straight ahead. It's not going out to the side. And I'll adjust. And I want to have an upright body, and I'm pressing through the back heel here. And the stretch will be in the calf muscle. You can have the hands on the hips if you like. Feeling that stretch, breathing into it. The larger step you have, the more stretch you feel. So I'm going to adjust just a little bit so I get a little bit stronger stretch. You notice my front leg, the knee is just right out over the ankle. It's all in the back leg. It's all in the back hip or calf muscle there. And then I'll go ahead and release. I'm just going to step back foot in just a little bit. I'm going to try the other side. So shift the weight. Other foot, I'm just going to take a big step behind me. I'll kind of adjust the front foot a little bit. Back foot now is straight. It's not going out to the side. It's straight. I'm pressing through the back heel. I'm holding. I'm breathing. And then I'll go ahead and ease out of it. Just stepping forward again. I'm going to just go ahead and stand straight ahead again. Okay, so that's isolating the calf muscles just a little bit more. So coming to a mountain pose, I'm going to switch over to doing a balance pose. So I know it's a little bit harder if you're doing it on carpet or your mat, so be careful. I'm going to shift the weight to one foot. The other foot, I'm just going to have so the toe is touching here. And I'm going to do a modified tree pose. So the modified one is I'll go ahead and take the arms and I'll place palms up, kind of tucking the tailbone. And now the balance part is I'm taking this foot off the floor. Maybe the knee goes out a little bit, kind of pointing the toe. Hold and breathe. And of course, if you need to bring the foot to the floor, you just do so. Now I'm going to consciously come out. I'm just going to let that foot touch the floor and then come right back underneath me. Shift the weight, arms go down, back to the mountain pose. Try the other side. You're going to shift the weight, You can just have the toe on the ground for a moment. You can situate the arms so the palms are facing up and your branch is there. And then the balance part will be is you can see if you can take that foot just lightly off the floor. Maybe let the knee go out, kind of point the toe as best you can. Breathe. Come out, foot comes to the floor, comes right back underneath you, and arms come back down. So again, some people find that one harder than the regular tree pose, but that's why we keep working at it. Okay, so let's come all the way down to the floor now. And I'm going to come down so that I'm seated with the feet just, or the legs extended out in front. Go ahead and come all the way down. There, I'll just take a moment, let my body get situated. And then I'll go ahead and kind of roll a little bit forwards on the sit bones. Make sure those legs are stretched out, toes are drawn inwards. Hands are placed underneath the shoulders, sitting tall. You see how I kind of drop the chin down? That will lengthen the back of the neck. Okay, so this is the seated mountain pose or the staff pose. And from here, I'm going to do a modified spinal twist. And the modification is just keeping the legs straight. So what I'll do, I'll pick a leg and I'll cross it over at the ankles. Sit tall. And then I want to do the upper body. Yes, since my left leg's on top, I'm going to walk the hands around to the left side. If your right leg's on top, it's the opposite. So I'll walk them around, I'll sit tall, I kind of twist through the torso. Eventually, I can't go any further. I'll pause, I'll look towards the floor, hold and breathe. And unwinding, coming back to the front, nice and tall. Unwrap the leg there, take the other side. So now for me, it's my right ankle. I'm going to cross over. I'm going to sit really tall. I'm going to walk the hands around to the right side. And we'll only go so far. And then I'll pause there. I'll breathe, looking down towards the floor. And releasing, unwinding, facing forward, uncrossing the leg. And then let's go ahead and switch now so that we're going to be on the hands and the knees. So I'll move here, and it's called the tabletop position. Coming up. I'll check to make sure there's a line through the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist. Fingers are spread wide. Knees are underneath the hips. Once you're settled, we want to do the cat and the camel. So it's arching the back, looking up, feeling the stretch. Coming back to center. Rounding the back, looking towards the knees. Feel the stretch. And back to center. You want to repeat this. So again, arching the back, looking up. Back to center. And one more. Rounding the back. Looking towards the knees. Easing back to center. From tabletop, walking the hands forward a bit. So they're on a diagonal line now. We're doing that so we can do the hip hinges. So we're going to drop the pelvis towards the floor. Next, pelvis towards the feet, all the way down. Head towards the mat. Comes up again, that neutral pose right in the center. Then repeat, pelvis towards the floor. And all the way back towards the feet. And again, back up to neutral. Let's walk the hands back underneath your shoulders. Let's do a lunge pose. We'll bring one leg forward in between the hands. Again, you're going to adjust it so you have hands on either side. Front leg, knee is stacked over the ankle. Back leg is back far enough you can feel the stretch on top of the thigh. You'll balance, and then you can stay here. Or if you're going to go further, hands come up to the knees. Just feeling that for a moment. Now you can stay right here, but if you wanted to, you can go further. You can take the hands so they're behind the back, interlace the fingers. Chest opener, lifting the arms off the back. Releasing, arms come back down, of course. They come back to the knee. And then we want to change sides. So you can bring the hands back to the floor. And then any which way to get that front leg back behind you. Change sides. Let the other leg be the front leg. Again, I'm going to adjust everything where I feel balanced. Good alignment. And then I'll bring the hands to the knees. Now you can stay right here, or you can do the chest opener with it. If you do that, you're taking the arms behind the back, interlacing the fingers, lifting the arms off the back, settling, breathing. Releasing the arms downwards, back to the knee, hands to the floor, and front leg's going to come back. From here, the extended child's pose. So I'm going to curl the toes under a little bit to keep the hips higher, and I'm just going to walk the hands forward. I'm going to lower the head in between the elbows, feeling that for a moment. Very good. And we're going to ease back up, bringing the hands back under the shoulders, releasing the feet, maybe wiggling the ankles a little bit. And then from here, go ahead and come so that you're seated. And we're going to turn the body so that we're situated so we can come back down on our back. So my feet are touching the floor, my knees are bent, and I'm just going to walk my hands back so I can lay on the back here. Feeling comfortable. Now, once you're settled on your back, let's take the feet a little bit wider than the mat. Let's take the arms to the side, palms are down. And we're just going to do the hinges here. We're going to let the knees go from one side, the center, all the way back to the other side. Going back and forth, loosening the hips. Bringing knees back to center. Go ahead and walk those feet a little closer together again. And return the arms to the side. Let's stretch that left leg long on the floor. And bringing just the right knee in towards the chest. Hugging it in. And while we're hugging it in, let's take the foot in a circle. So you're working that ankle a little bit. Pause, reverse the direction of the circle. And then go ahead and point and flex the foot a couple times. Relax the foot. Now with just one hand on top of the knee, you're going to guide it in a circle so you get that hip rotation. And pause, reverse the direction. And back to center, hugging the knee inwards. And while we're here, we'll take one hand on the knee. We'll take it across the body. So you feel the stretch on the outer part of the hip. Other arm can reach to the side. Feeling your shoulder blades flat on the floor. And the stretch is in the hip area. And easing back to center. And just kind of one more time, kind of hugging that knee inwards. And then we'll go ahead and change sides. So I'm going to let that right leg stretch out long on the floor. I'm going to bring just the left knee inwards, hugging it in. And while I'm here, taking the foot in a circle. And reverse the circle with the foot. And pointing and flexing the foot a couple times. Relaxing the foot. With one hand on the knee, you're going to guide the knee in a circle so that you get a hip rotation. And you can reverse the direction. And again, back to center. Now on this side, I'll take one hand on the knee. I'll cross it, the leg over the body there. Other arm reaches to the side. Nice full deep breaths in and out. And then again, right back to center. One more time, hugging that knee inwards. And then you're going to go ahead and return that foot to the floor. Let the other foot return to the floor too. And this time, reclining cobbler's pose. We'll let the bottom of the feet touch. We'll let the knees open downwards, feeling the stretch on the inner thigh, and just holding there, breathing. And to release, you let the knees come inwards towards each other, returning the feet so you're flat on the floor. And we'll go ahead and let the arms still be by the side. And I'm going to set up for the bridge pose. So I'm going to walk the feet just a little closer towards the buttocks. Toes are still straight ahead. Arms are by the side. I'm walking the hands a little closer to the feet. It just gives a little more space in between the shoulders and the ears. And then I'm going to roll my back so I can feel the lower back against the floor. And then the last little part is like the pelvis upwards towards the ceiling. You're going to hold there for a moment, breathe, kind of pressing down through the big toes, really feeling the strength through the legs, the buttocks. And then to come down, one vertebrae at a time, easing back down. Eventually you'll feel the lower back against the floor again. And then you're just going to draw both knees towards the chest again, drawing your chin towards chest, come down the length of the back of the neck. And while we're hugging our knees into the chest, let's just turn the head from side to side, nice and slow, making sure that neck is loosened up. Easing head back to center, returning the feet to the floor. And again, the arms by the side. And we're going to repeat that bridge pose. So again, I'm making sure the feet are a little closer in, toes are straight ahead, arms are by the side, rolling that back so they feel the lower back to the floor, lifting the pelvis upwards. Now you can leave the hands right where they are, or you can draw them underneath the body, interlacing the fingers, and just coming up a little bit higher on the elbows, the shoulders. Hold and breathe. And then we'll go ahead and release the hands if they're joined. Palms are down. And you're going to release by coming down nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. And now if we're settled, let's take the arms out to the side. Palms are down. Let's inhale those knees a little bit towards the chest. And then this time, it's going to be the reclining spinal twist. So I'm going to let my knees go to one side of the body. Eventually, you'll feel the foot kind of touch the floor. Once the legs are settled, turning the head and neck opposite way as the legs. Hold and breathe. And returning head and neck to center again. You're going to inhale those knees back to center. And then you want to go to the other side of the body, letting them go down till you feel the foot touch the floor. Once they're settled, head and neck opposite way as the knees. And inhaling the neck back to center, bringing the knees back to center next. Feet to the floor, arms by the side. Okay, so I want to do one where we have the legs extended towards the ceiling. But the way to get there, what you do is you take the hands by the side, you lift the pelvis up slightly, and you just slip the arms or the hands underneath the buttocks there. Palms are down. And then you bring both knees inwards towards you. And then you can try to extend the legs towards the ceiling. So you're sort of pressing up with the heels. You can stay still, or you can pretend you can walk on the ceiling, kind of moving the legs back and forth like you're walking. And then again, you can bring the legs so they're together. You're pressing the heels towards the ceiling, kind of feeling the stretch of the back of the legs. And then to come out, you're going to bend the knees, kind of bring them closer to the chest. You're going to bring just one leg to the floor, touching, and then the other foot can touch the floor. Lift the hips up so you can take those arms out to the side and lower back down. And now we're ready for relaxation pose. So relaxation pose, you're just going to stretch those legs out long on the mat. You're going to rotate the palms facing upwards so the chest is open. And relax the body. You can wiggle the body a little bit. Just let it be completely relaxed. Close the eyes. Going inwards. Go back to the breath. Allowing the belly to rise and fall with each breath. And now for a cleansing breath. We'll inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And again. And returning to natural, effortless breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes a little bit. And then from there, go ahead and just bend the knees, returning the feet to the floor. And then you can go ahead and roll over on your side, just resting your head on your arm. And pushing back up to sitting. And come to a seated position, get as comfortable as you can. Sometimes it's nice if you have a blanket, you can sit on the blanket. You're basically coming to a cross-legged position if that works for you. You're resting the hands on the knees in a nice extended spine. You can close the eyes for a moment and just go back to the breath. And then from there, we want to bring the hands back to the heart center, that prayer position. And then finishing with namaste. A little bow forward. Namaste. Okay. Hope everybody enjoy.